The man slowly awoke from his hibernation pod in space, still disoriented and unsure of his surroundings. Fortunately, the intelligent voice prompt gradually helped him regain his memory. Before his thoughts could fully return, the captain rushed over to inform him to hurry to the cockpit, as this might be the last communication they could receive before reaching their destination. It turned out that in the not-too-distant future, humanity's excessive exploitation had led to the gradual depletion of Earth's resources. However, official observations had detected a satellite rich in resources, and the three men had been tasked with traveling there to conduct an exploration mission. Listening to the leader's encouraging words, he hurriedly assured him that he would complete the mission successfully, then had the remaining two return to hibernation pods. The man didn't think much of it and was about to go back to sleep, but then Mike walked over. He said that a 3-month hibernation cycle was sufficient to reach the satellite, and speculated that the captain's actions were intended to delay the mission further, and by then even if something else went wrong, they wouldn't be able to return to Earth. Mike suggested that they wake up a day earlier. If any unexpected incidents occurred, they could intervene in time. Additionally, they could maneuver the spacecraft toward the direction opposite the satellite and use gravitational manipulation to accelerate their return to Earth. After his constant urging, the man finally agreed, but he stated that if nothing happened after waking up, they must continue with the original plan to head to the satellite. What the two did not know was that their conversation had been clearly heard by the captain, who had been monitoring them for some time. However, shortly after, Mike noticed that the reactor power had suddenly dropped to 20% of its usual level, and he could not determine where the fault originated. Relying solely on the solar panels would make a smooth return impossible. At that moment, the captain gathered everyone again. He claimed that after checking, he discovered someone had tampered with the power data. Although programming had always been handled by Mike, the last login was from the man's account. The captain said that, since they couldn't identify who was responsible, they had no choice but to have both of them enter the hibernation pods. First, he then pulled out a gun. Under the threat of death, the two had no choice but to comply. However, as soon as the man entered the hibernation chamber, he saw the captain strike Mike from behind, knocking him down, and then deliver several brutal blows to his head, killing him outright. The man, already sedated by the hibernation drug, was powerless to stop it and could only sink into unconsciousness in terror.